Hello, Year 9, and welcome to today's lesson, Spelling Sheet 1. I hope that this will be a great start to a great year. All right, let's get to it. So, allocation. What does allocation mean? Allocation is the process of giving someone their part of a total amount of something to use in a particular way. So it's like when you allot something or you allot a resource, okay? So you can say the allocation of grants or the allocation of resources was handled by a charity, the division of the grants or the resources. Okay, then we have embellishment. Embellishment is something added to make another thing more beautiful or interesting. So you can say the architect was asked to add more embellishment to his designs. However, sometimes it can be used in a different way. If you embellish something, or if you embellish facts, or if you embellish the truth, it means you're adding details to it that aren't really part of it. So you're lying, right? So embellishment of the truth would be lying or an over-exaggeration or adding details of your own. Then we have hallucination, which is an experience in which you see or hear or feel something that doesn't exist. It can be caused by illness, it can be caused by drugs. So you can say the drugs cause hallucination for the man. Okay, then we have intelligentsia. Intelligentsia are the very educated people in a society, specifically, however, those interested in arts and politics. So you can say the intelligentsia, or let's say the British or the French intelligentsia, were heavily involved in helping educate the poorer class. So that party of politics, the intelligentsia, were helping educate the poor class. And we have malleable, which means easily shaped. Malleable is easily shaped. So we can say lid and tin, for example, are malleable metals. Okay, then we have asymmetric. Asymmetric, so we have the prefix a to the word symmetric, so it gives it the opposite meaning. Asymmetric means having two halves that are not exactly the same. So if you have an asymmetric shape, it means if you divide it, if you have an asymmetric shape, the right side is not going to look like the left side, for example. So then we have commercialize. To commercialize is to organize something in order to make a profit. To commercialize it is to use it in a way to make a profit. So if you say sport has been much more commercialized in the recent years or in the past years, it means it's becoming very commercial, it's becoming a very profitable sport. Then we have commiserate. To commiserate with someone, so you use the word commiserate with the preposition with. So to commiserate with means to express sympathy to someone about some bad luck. So you sympathize with and you commiserate with. Oh, so you commiserate with someone over their defeat. I began commiserating her over her defeat or about losing the game. Okay? Then we have consummate. Consummate means perfect and complete. So you can say a person's end goal in life is to live a life of consummate happiness, meaning complete happiness. Okay, then we have inopportune time. Inopportune means happening or done at a time that is not suitable or not convenient. So somebody calls you and say, and it's a bad time, you say, I'm sorry, but you called it an inopportune moment. Can you call me back later? Inopportune. Okay, then we have aberration. Aberration, which is a temporary change from a typical or a usual way of behaving. So if you say she's normally calm, if you say that somebody's normal calm, but this outburst, she's normally calm, but this outburst is very much an aberration, you understand that this is not this typical person's personality. It's just something that changed for a temporary moment. Okay, then we have catarrh. Catarrh is a condition in which a lot of mucus is produced in the nose, so it's rather medical. A condition in which a lot of mucus is produced in the nose and throat, especially when someone has an infection. So if somebody suffers from catarrh and nasal problems, it means they have a lot of mucus. Then we have corrugated. Corrugated, especially if iron in cardboard, it means having parallel rows of folds that look like a series of waves when seen from the edge. And we see this a lot here in Sudan, in our country. We always have these zinc corrugated roofs, right? So you can say the roof is made from sheets of corrugated iron. Then we have extracurricular. Extracurricular, so we have curriculum or curricular, and we have the prefix extra, which means, it literally means extra to it. So an extracurricular activity is a subject or an activity Okay, it's a subject or an activity that is not part of the usual school or college course. So if students enjoy extracurricular activities in the weekends, maybe they go football, maybe they go basketball, etc., etc. Then we have surreptitiously, which means secretly. Surreptitiously means secretly. So if you say someone surreptitiously had a look at the answer book, it means they looked secretly at the answer book. Then we have assassinate. To assassinate someone is to kill someone, right? Or to murder someone. It's usually used in political context. So if you say the prime minister was assassinated, it means he was killed. Then we have disseminate. So to disseminate is to spread or give out something, especially news or information to a lot of people. So it's to spread information or to spread something. So you can say one of the organization's aims is to disseminate information about the disease. It means one of the goals is to spread info about the disease. Then we have quintessential. So quintessential means the most perfect or typical example or the most important part of something, the perfect example of something. So if you say like grapefruit is quintessential diet food, it means the most typical, perfect diet food. Okay? Bloodletting means to bleed or to let out blood. To bleed or to let out blood. It can also mean killing and violence. It can also mean killing and violence, like if you say ethnic bloodletting. All right? Then we have gluttonous. Gluttonous is eating or drinking more than you need, or in general consuming something more than you need. So you can say like industrial countries should reduce their gluttonous consumption of food, for example. All right? Then we have guttural, of sounds. A guttural sound is a deep sound that's produced like at the back of your throat. For example, you can say Arabic contains guttural sounds that are difficult. Or if you say the mother let out a guttural sound, she was giving a loud guttural sound, she was giving birth, or a guttural sound of pain, or something like that. It means a deep sound. All right. Then we have intermittent, which means discontinuous. So there's intermittent rain, or intermittent noise, or intermittent appearances, or fasting. Some people fast intermittent fasting. Okay. Then we have a committee. A committee is a group of people that set goals, or they represent a group of people, like three that represent a larger group of people in making decisions. A committee. So if you say a committee has decided to do something, it means that they have decided on behalf of a larger group. Okay, then we have aggressive and harass, very similar. Someone that's aggressive is someone that is violent, and to harass is to harass is to get into someone's space, or to disturb someone in any way. It can be physical, it can be verbal, or any sort of harassment. So if we put it in a sentence, we can say the man would not stop harassing the woman in the street, right? So yes, that is basically it for today's spelling list. I think it's very clear. You know what to do. You fill in the blanks. Then we have the grammar review. It's also very clear. But in case you have any question, I'm always right here. Don't hesitate to contact me. All right. Thank you very much.